Well, I want to welcome you to episode number 32. Today's episode, I want to recap, or add to, rather. Yesterday on Dr. Oz, I saw Jamie Lynn Sigler, the actress, talk more about her MS, and it was very profound. She talked about how she kept it to herself and her family for a long time and didn't disclose it for years in fear of the way people would perceive it. And this is an interesting, fascinating phenomenon, issue that all of us that have this condition face, and we are face to face with it daily. And I know for me, for many years, I've been pretty straightforward about it from the start. And I don't know if that was part of my way of dealing with it. And I wasn't famous, so it was, my family and friends and everyone were able to hear about what I was going through. Now, having said that, you've got the element of, well, you still look okay. So I was diagnosed in December of 2007. So a lot of time has passed, and symptoms come and go so much, and sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down. The majority of the people that I interact with don't see the down, of course. Like, they don't see the fatigue that is just taking me down for the count. They don't see the nerve pain that becomes so intense that I just want to cry and give up. And on and on and on. And I don't say that to be pessimistic. I say that because that is a reality that I face, so many other people face. She talked about that yesterday. And when it comes to every facet of my life, I've just wanted to, a lot of times, be like, hey, I have this. That's why my walkings bother me today. You're clearly paying attention to the way that I'm walking. My left leg is weak. That's why I walk like that. Or the reason I'm not able to lift as heavy a stuff as you may be lifting at the moment is because my hands are bothering me. On and on and on. It affects everybody different ways because the location of the lesions is different for each individual. And then you have what happens after that. I mean, do you develop more, or which will then in turn cause more, potentially more challenges that one must face when the time comes, or may never have anything again, and so you have to learn to deal with what you had, or you could have complete resolution of symptoms, which is what we all want. However, even if that occurs, you still have this perception that we want other people to understand this so badly. So my point of this whole message is, again, to kind of add to yesterday, that episode of Dr. Oz, which I think was wonderful, and it is just awesome when people are candid about this, especially, well, anyone, but someone that has that kind of influence and platform. It helps to get the word out more. Um, and so where I'm going with this is adjusting to life with MS. Adjusting, or if you're just newly diagnosed. I mean, there was a point where I was newly diagnosed, and the part that I wasn't really prepared for any of it, but the part that wasn't talked about as much as like the other people's perceptions of what I was facing. And the misunderstanding behind that. And I think it's kind of unfair to expect. I mean, how can anyone expect fully what one is dealing with until they've gone through it themselves or someone close to them is affected by it? However, we long for that. I long for that. I long for people to understand what's going on, and it makes my adjustment or anyone's adjustment that is diagnosed with this, your adjustment, more difficult, because that's an added part that oftentimes get overlooked, in my opinion, due to the preoccupation with all the different symptoms that we're facing and just taking care of that. And then how is life going to be, and how do we deal with this in the future? You know, all the different parts that come into play with this: physical, psychological, emotional. But then you have that additional part, which is the how do I still live a full, productive life and let other people know that what I'm dealing with is legitimate? And adjusting to life at diagnosis, after diagnosis, life with MS down the road, the rest of your life living with something that still hasn't been cured and is a chronic condition. I hope these videos help to do that. I hope that is something every time. I mean, I'm excited every time I can bring you a video, because I hope that it does just that. I hope it helps make, if you're just now being diagnosed, or if you know someone that's being diagnosed, maybe you pass these videos along to someone that's newly diagnosed, or you've had it for a while and you wanted some encouragement, whatever it may be, wherever you may be along the ride, because it is a roller coaster ride. It definitely is interesting. I hope this helps your adjustment to know that you are not alone in this. That episode of Dr. Oz yesterday with Jamie Lynn Sigler, it was amazing, and know you're not alone, and that there are adjustments, but there's many resources. I've mentioned this in my videos before, and there are many resources, and there are many people that understand what, or no one can fully understand what you're going through because you're an individual, but there are countless people like myself that are dealing with the same health challenge, and I hope that encourages you. Seeing the actress yesterday talk about what she's going through, or any of the other people that have MS, and they can be on a platform like she is, or or not, you know, like it's encouraging to me, and we're one big family, and we're together in this, and whether or not you're just being diagnosed, or no matter where you are in the journey. I know I said that, I'm kind of repeating the same thing, but it's true. No matter where you are in the journey, there are plenty of people that do understand, and I want you to feel validated that what you're dealing with is true, and it may not be exactly the same because we're all different, but there are many people that get it. Even when you encounter these misunderstandings in the world, there are many people that stand beside you. I stand beside you in your journey with this. I love you. I mean that. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you for watching these videos. Make sure to subscribe to my channel. Keep hope alive. There's so much hope. I love you. Have a good day.